Hi everybody. So I wanted to do a quick video on the Halving event upcoming in July. So for those that don't know, what is the Halving event? This is when the block reward for solving a block is reduced from 25 bitcoins to 12.5. This is going to occur by July 25th, 2016. Now this occurs every 210,000 blocks, which is approximately 4 years, 2 weeks, and 24 hours. Now what will happen to the price of Bitcoin, which is the most concerning thing about Bitcoin mining? Because you're wondering, okay, my reward is going to drop by half, my profit is going to drop, is it going to be worth mining or not? Well, the laws of supply and demand kick in this point, and there's three scenarios of what could happen. So since the halving event is about 3 months away, 125 days, we need to consider that a lot can happen in those 125 days. Scenario one, demand for Bitcoin could drop drastically before the halving event, which means basically the price of Bitcoin is going to drop. What is the demand? Basically people trading it, people buying Bitcoin, storing it, transacting it. If the transactions drop drastically and people aren't buying Bitcoin anymore because they moved to Ether or some other coin that took the lead. But this is very highly unlikely scenario, but it is a possibility. Scenario two, but you see, in that scenario, I would recommend exchanging some of your Bitcoin to Ethereum. It is a fast-growing cryptocurrency compared to the other altcoins. I changed about 1.5 Bitcoins or something like that into Ethereum. I got 64 Ethereum coins just in case. You never know, I might get rich. I would recommend buying some and keeping them on the side. You can just easily use some of your Bitcoins. Now scenario two, the likeliness of that, it's 50-50. It's not really for sure really, but it is a possibility. What could happen is that when the supply drops, the price will rise up to almost double. But you see, there's a lot that is happening more than that. This is just demand stays the same, but supply drops, the price goes up. The best thing you can do is just hold your Bitcoins, as much Bitcoins as possible, until then. So the third scenario, which is I believe the highest possibility of happening, is just before the halving event, the demand for Bitcoin is going to rise. A lot of people are going to want to buy as much Bitcoin as possible. The miners will hold as much Bitcoin as possible. That means there'll be less Bitcoin available on the market for people to buy, which will drive up the price. And then when the halving event comes, the supply of Bitcoins will drop. You see, right now, where miners around the world are mining and introducing 3,000 something Bitcoins a day, I believe. And when that drops by half, the supply is dropped, and that will cause a price rise. And because the price already went up with everybody buying before the halving event, I expect to see a skyrocketing price, which will then drop drastically, but not to the level before the halving event, but to an equilibrium. And this is because everybody's selling, but now everybody's not going to sell to the point where the price would drop to below what current price we have right now. I would expect the range of the price range, or the exchange rate, to be between 850 and 1,200 Canadian, or maybe even around 850 or $750 to $1,000 US, something like that. the best recommendation that I could give everybody right now is to buy and save mine Bitcoins. I know a lot of you need to sell to cover costs, but if you can just cover your internet, your power cost by selling some of your Bitcoin and saving the rest, it would be better off later on. And if you can continue to invest maybe $25 a week, buying some Bitcoins, that will even help you better. Because I believe the price will rise really high, and then that's when you will have the chance to sell your Bitcoins. Everybody will be doing that, and it will drop the price and to an equilibrium just that is about double of what the current price is. So let's say it's 400, it'll be 800, 850, around that much. But I expect it to rise a lot more than that and then drop again. But this is prediction again. That's what I believe would happen. And you have to take into consideration here, people are going to be buying and holding their Bitcoins. And when there's a lot of purchases happening, the number of transactions are going to go up. And we know that there's only 1 megabyte block per 10 minutes. So that is going to cause congestion, which is going to drive the transaction fees up. There's a lot of money to be made, I believe. After the halving event, now the value of Bitcoin is going to remain high. Why? Because there's not enough Bitcoins being supplied to the market as before. And to transact with Bitcoins, the value at a higher value, the transaction fee value is going to be higher, much higher. Unlike having a 2 megabyte block, a lot of people are going to be waiting to transact and waiting for the transactions much longer to go through. And that's another thing where I believe Bitcoin Core is trying to do. Because once you get to that point, then they'll come up, oh, well, we can introduce now our Lightning Network to ease up the stuff, which is their sidechain projects. They want to create a sidechain that will interact with the blockchain, but basically it will verify these transactions off the blockchain, and then it will record it on the blockchain. How much miners will make in terms of fees from that, I'm not really sure, but I really hope Classic takes over right after the halving or just before. I think that's much better because you can fit a lot more transactions in that 2 megabyte block than in 1 megabyte. And that will increase instead of your pools mining 2.5 Bitcoins per block, you're looking maybe 14 Bitcoins, which is still a lot better than 12 and a half. Now you're wondering, okay, you're a small scale miner, what should you do? Are you mining at home? Well, you can still mine, continue to mine, but your reward is going to be lower, and you have to remember the price is going to be a lot higher, so we're looking at about the same kind of reward, possibly around that, maybe a 20% drop, or it depends really on the exchange rate. The other thing you need to consider is that if you can increase or expand, if you can add a few miners, that would be great. If you're a medium-sized operation, you will need to consider expanding, and that's what I'm looking into. So it's something that you guys have to look into. Another thing is, if you can install solar panels or renewable energy source generation, that'd be great. Solar panels or wind turbines. I know one guy on YouTube has his own kit that you guys can get in the States. It's solar panels and wind turbines. Oh, if you can do that in the States, that is a good way of lowering your costs, and lowering your costs means more money for you. So that's about it, guys. You can have a good day.